So if you guys been looking for a build to do 5 directives on heroic and just be able to do missions, open world activities, get max XP, and do it fast, efficiently, and just have fun with it, well, I have the John Wick build for you. Now this build has been one of my favorites, and with this season and the modifiers, it even got stronger. I'm able to still run 5 directives, I'm able to run the shield when I need to, and I'm able to one-shot most of these enemies. But just like any one-shot build in the Division 2, well, there are going to be a few enemies who will require you to shoot them more than once, and that's because they have a helmet or some type of armor that must break first before you can one-shot them. Most of you guys who've experienced this with maybe the hotshot build, you notice that happened with the hyena rushers or even the true sun heavy gunners. So there are a few enemies that are like that, but besides that, you should be able to really take out all these enemies pretty fast, right? You're seeing here, this is something that you typically wouldn't see from a pistol build, and we're able to do it. Remember, we do have 5 directives. We are playing on the hardest open world difficulty that you can play on, and you can also play missions at this difficulty and do the same thing because their health pool is the same. And you're seeing this is something that I love to run, especially since I do run solo a lot. And for a lot of you guys who didn't like the hotshot build because you had to run a sniper, maybe running a pistol, being a little bit closer will help you out. But even once you proc it, you can fire from distance, as you're seeing here. These guys are nowhere near me, and I'm still one-shotting them. I miss a couple shots, but overall, it's really up to the build itself. It will take care of itself. Remember, proc the headshot on a red or purple enemy, build that stack, and then you could just one-shot almost anything. All these gold enemies, purple enemies will go down. And that's honestly why I like the build. 5 directives, even with pistol arrow, you can get right into the action. Obviously, if you guys like the hotshot build, you guys can run that too. But if you want a pistol version of it to feel like you are John Wick in the Division 2, this is the closest build you'll get to feeling like you're John Wick, because you're literally destroying these enemies with 1 to 2 shots, depending how tanky they are. So let's get into it, because I know a lot of you guys are like, yo, Scales, show us the build. Drop a like and make sure you subscribe if you guys enjoy build videos, if you guys enjoy the Division 2. Let's go. So for the weapon, we are running the Harvest. Now, if you don't have the Harvest, because this was a seasonal item that the Loot Goblin was dropping, the next best thing you could probably throw on is the D50 or just a regular revolver. Really depends on how you feel, but I want to give you another example of something you could use. But I will tell you, the revolver, the Harvest, the damage difference between the D50 is a ton. And I have only 15 expertise in this, and if you compare it to the D50, which 20, you can see that damage difference there. Look at this, 744,000 for the Harvest, 558,000 for the D50, and I have 20 expertise, 5 more expertise than my Harvest. But again, the Harvest or the revolver will be a lot more damage. But again, it's really up to you. You can use the D50. Just sometimes you might not one-shot those enemies. So we have pistol damage targets I'll cover on both of these. And then obviously the talent you guys want, because it pairs really good with Headhunter, is Determined. Why? Because after killing an enemy with the headshot, the next landed shot on any enemy will be a guaranteed headshot. So you can go from headshot to 10 body shots on the next 10 enemies and one-shot most of them. So for the mods on the Harvest, we have reload speed, and then we also have 15% headshot damage on the scope. Now, the build, we are using a 4-piece Hunter's Fury. The reason why is because of the 4-piece and the way it works. So the 4-piece is Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. But not only that, when you kill a debuff enemy with your weapon, it disorients other enemies within 5 meters. Now, that amplifies the weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds. This stacks up to 5 times. So that could be additional 25% extra weapon damage on the build. And that's why this is really good. Not only that, remember, Hunter's Fury does give you 20% armor a kill. You pair that up with the Gunner class, that's 30% armor. So some survivability that you wouldn't typically get in an all-red build. Now, we do have weapon damage, headshot damage attribute, and then a headshot damage mod. That's what you're going to run on all the pieces. For the holster, we're running a Hunter's Fury holster with weapon damage, headshot damage. For our 3rd piece of Hunter's Fury, the knee pads, weapon damage, headshot damage. And for the gloves, we have Hunter's Fury, weapon damage, headshot damage. Now for the chest piece, we are running Chain Killer. This gives us 5% weapon damage. But the reason I like this is because it gives us perfect Headhunter, We do have weapon damage on here, headshot damage. Weapon handling works great with the Harvest or any revolver. And then also we have headshot damage mod. Now, perfect handler, why is it good? After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals additional 150% of the killing blows damage. Now, this damage is capped to 800%, but it does go up if your headshot damage is above 150% to 1,250%. And we will 100% have that when I show you the build later. Now, if we look at the bag, we're running the Memento bag. Great for solo players. Weapon damage, armor, skill tier, and headshot damage. The reason why this works good with this build is because of kill confirmed. By now, most of you guys know, once I have a full 30 stack, that's 30% extra weapon damage on the build, 30% extra skill efficiency, and some survivability with 3% armor regen. But every time I pick up a trophy, a new trophy, that's going to give me a 10-second buff of 30% weapon damage, 10% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency. With that type of survivability and that type of extra damage, that's why you're seeing those type of numbers with this build. You're able to run 5 directives. You're able to one-shot gold enemies once you build the proc. It's all about getting that red or purple enemy, having the proc. Let's check out the stats. So for the pistol, you can see we have 10% crit chance, 45% crit damage. Doesn't really matter. What matters is it's 230% headshot damage. That's where we're getting a ton of our damage. Now remember, we have 3% armor regen on 928,000 armor, plus we have 278,000 armor on kill. For the skills, we're running the Bulwark Shield, and then also I pair that up with the Scanner Pulse. The reason why with the modifiers this season, the Pulse has become a top tier skill. So we do run Overdrive for our active modifier, Microwave Coils to be able to burn enemies with the Pulse. We have Reactive Reinforcement, which heals our shield when it's taking damage, which is kind of cool. And then we have Fortified Shield, increases your skill shield's base health by 100%. So these are the 3 passive modifiers and 1 active modifier I run on this build. With all that being said, that allows me to run special ammo, scavenge skills, fog of war, fragile armor, and pistolero, gaining an additional 125% XP on top of everything. This build is that build. If you guys have been looking for something to be able to clear out control points, clear out missions, do open world activities with 5 directives, and you don't want to run a hotshot build, this is your next best bet. So if you guys enjoyed the build video and you made it this far, if you could do me a favor, comment on the video, leave a like, and subscribe for more, because we can handle all of your Division 2 needs right here. We'll also be covering any Division 3 news and any Division Resurgence news and the Division 2 DLC coming later this summer, hopefully news too. So we'll find out more. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate the support, appreciate the love. But until the next one, guys, nothing but skills out.